This is absolutely insane. In a matter of days, Toronto is about to have no public transportation whatsoever. Hundreds of thousands of local Torontonians are not going to be able to commute to work, and it is complete chaos. Today is Monday, June 3rd, 2024, and on Friday, June 7th, 2024, if the TTC employees do not come to a mutual agreement with the union that represents the TTC, then there will be a total walkout. An astonishing 99.7% of the TTC employees basically unanimously agreed that if they don't have their demands met, they are going to perform a full walkout at noon on Friday, leaving the TTC completely paralyzed. I can't think of another city or another time where this has happened. It is absolutely wild. And what are the chances of this happening in reality? Well, it seems very high. No one knows exactly what the TTC employees are asking for, and no one knows exactly what the chances are that this will happen, but it seems extremely likely. From what I understand from the major news publications that I've read, and I've been following the story a lot because it is extremely fascinating and it's so crucial, it's going to affect my life so much. Almost unanimously, the employees of the TTC have agreed that unless their basic demands are met, they will not budge on the issue and they will strike until those demands are met. They want better healthcare, better job security, and better pay. And we don't have many numbers as to what that looks like, but one number I do have is they've demanded, so there's a breakdown structure that I don't understand, but when I kind of water it down, they've demanded a 7% increase in pay across the board, with increases in pay that kind of gradually reduce from that in the coming years. So, a gradual pay increase over several years, but the first increase is 7%. And from what I understand, they almost unanimously voted that unless they get that 7%, they will not budge on the issue, no matter what compromises the TTC presents to them. And on the other hand, the TTC has offered them 3.5% increase, and the TTC has said that they will not budge on the issue, and they do not plan on offering them any more. So what's going to happen? I guess we're going to have to find out. But why is this happening? So hundreds of thousands of people take the TTC every day. They all pay their fare, and the fares go up every year. So what's the issue? Why aren't the employees being paid a fair wage? Well, there are a few issues that people don't actually realize at hand. And one is that people assume the TTC, the Toronto Transit Commission, that's what it stands for if you don't live in Toronto, they assume that it's a publicly funded company, that we, the taxpayers, fund it, and it's supported by the government, but that is wrong. So the TTC is privately owned, it's a for-profit company, and it does receive public funding in the form of grants, but they are a minor contribution into what goes into the TTC. And because of that, we don't have much control over its policies, over its infrastructure, and over how it develops and what practices for safety are put into place. I think this is a huge red flag, and it is mind-boggling to me, and I'm sure to a lot of you who don't live in Toronto, that the government would allow such a huge piece of infrastructure that is so vital to the national economy to be privately owned, privately funded, and a for-profit. In days, Toronto is going to drop into sheer chaos. And what is even more shocking and astonishing about this story is that I've talked to so many people about the TTC strike, and they don't even know what's happening. They don't know the TTC employees are upset, and they don't know that in 4 days' time, they're going to wake up and go to work and there's just going to be no TTC. What's going to happen? Are people going to lose their jobs? Is the city going to have to shut down in some regards? These are some theories that are going around. It is going to be an amazing time to be an Uber driver because the price of Ubers is going to surge dramatically. And Toronto's new bike lanes that they're putting in across the city for the past few years are going to get a lot of love this summer, because if the TTC does go on strike, those bike lanes are going to be just as full as the car lanes with traffic. So what do you think is going to happen? On Friday, will the TTC employees strike, or will the TTC finally put out and give a fair pay?